Bam! Oh.
I don't think that came out in 1993.
It did not. Doom, doom.
Emily and I were driving to the store last night, and just for shits and giggles, I played X Gonna Give It To You.
Yeah,
I said that the other night, and Janelle goes, "What? Who's X?" I said, "DMX."
He's the guy who's going to give it to you.
She goes, "Which one is he, DM or X?" I said, "No, he's all three."
Yes, he is.
I said, "DMX is one guy."
Dark Man X.
She goes, "So what is he going to give to me?" I said, "It."
Yeah.
She goes, "Well, what's it?" I said, "Whatever he wants it to be."
I'd a quick flip to some Faith No More and said, "It's it."
I actually did. I said, "What's it?" "It's it." "What is it?" I said, "Your problem is you want it
all."
She goes, "I don't know that reference either."
No,
and I went,
no.
"Oh, good God."
Hi, they me.
So I have our 3 articles, our 2 records.
Our hit us up,
That's right.
which you're going to have to remind me of because that's not a standard thing that I look for. And
Right.
I have to actually go to the page to pull it up. Doom, 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 doom.
Well, we can just replace Fresh Flicks with Hit Us Up.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't have a date for Fresh Flicks yet. It'll be probably the last Thursday of July,
More than likely.
which would be like the 28th.
Good, because Friday, the 29th, I am singing the national anthem at Dutchess Stadium again for the
Very
third
nice.
time this season. And they're doing Canada night, so I got to do the Canadian one
Nice.
too.
Canada reminds me, and it's going to be because it's a sound like Savannah. Have you heard of the baseball team, the Savannah Bananas?
I have. I've seen videos of them. They're fucking stupid, dude.
We almost went to see them when we were down in Hilton Head.
What are they? Are they like the Globetrotters? Is that what they are?
No, they're a legit team.
How do they get away with doing the shit they do in the games?
I have no idea.
Because that violates every fucking rule in the rule book.
Yep. They are a single A.
Is that Cranky Pants?
It is.
What's up, Brian?
It says he's here, but it's not showing us anybody's here.
Yeah,
But,
that's weird. But he's on Twitch.
He is, but still, if you go over to the viewer thing next to the live, and just hover your mouse over it, it'll show you where people
Twitch.
are. Yeah.
That's very odd.
Yes, he is.
And I already did my reset, by the way. So my
good.
restart.
Yep.
So hopefully that's good.
All right. Looks like we're just gonna do a solo show for Cranky Pants, who's really not here.
All right. Hopefully everybody will show up after that.
Yeah. All right.
And this is 441, so
It is.
I have to
We are
remember
in the
that
future.
number because I was ready to say 440 because we just did 439.
Yes.
But no, this will be 441.
It's right on the notes. Mm-hmm. All right. Hey, Rob is here. And Greg's here. All right, we got people, so let's kick this
We
pig.
got some peoples. Yes, now we have 4 peoples it shows.
All right. Then let's do this 5 in 3.
Let's do it.
Who's your mama?
This week on the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, we bring you a very special episode, bringing you back to 1993. What else? Nothing else. All 93, all the time. Let's listen.
It's not just any day. It's Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Now we're about to witness street now.
The count of three. I want y'all to count the name of my 1, 2, 3. And now, here's your host, Bill Winters, and Mr. Throwback himself, James Robinson.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 441. The second episode we've ever done that focuses strictly on 1 year.
Yes.
It is your two favorite hip-hop heads bringing you everything about the year 93 after 1900.
Yes.
Not till infinity, although
Not
that
till
may
infinity.
be mentioned. That may be mentioned, but Bill up in New York, Jamie down in Virginia. How are you, my friend?
I am well. And welcome, Rob, to the show. He's been out for a bit. He's on a path to recovery, and we're here hoping it all goes well for him. And we're happy he's here
I was
tonight.
going to say, we are more than happy and almost honored that you joined us tonight, Rob. So thank you so much for joining us. Episode 441. It is the 1993 Spotlight episode. The first one of these we did was 1989.
88.
I think, or 88. That's right.
Yep.
Because then we had talked about doing 1989 next, but it would have been too close to 88. So
Yeah. I mean, it's been a while since we've done an episode dedicated to a year.
yeah, I think we try to do one every 6 months just to keep it fresh. As it were. So tonight we went with what might be known as the second greatest year in hip hop,
Yeah,
or
it would
the
be tough to
greatest
argue.
the greatest year in the second era of hip hop.
Yes, and isn't that what they call the golden age? Is the 90s?
I think so. So we are going to focus very much on 1993. But before we start that, 1993, I was 23 years old on August of that year. So
I mean, I was 22 years old
in
on
December
of
of that year.
Yes.
So, and you and I were being stupid like we were, although I think you might have been in the Navy at that point.
I was.
already.
Yeah, I went in 91. So in 93, I would have been in Rotten Groton, Connecticut.
Right.
Because
And,
94, I came down to Virginia. So yeah, that would have put me on a dry dock, overhauling submarines. So
Sounds fun.
the hip hop pickings in Groton, Connecticut, were kind of slim.
1993, I was working at the Poughkeepsie Galleria Mall in
In a bank.
at the time it was Albany Savings Bank. I was trying to remember what name it was under at the time. 'Cause
Yeah.
that same building had 3 different names in the time I was there. So, but back then it was Albany Savings Bank. I was about 3 years into my stay there. I ended up staying at that location, I think, for, I want to say, maybe 7 years in the mall before I got transferred. But it was good times, you know.
Yeah. I was only in Rotten Groton from 92 to 94.
And we're glad to get out.
Yes. No, and then I come down to the largest military population of any state, holds the largest naval base in the world, and stayed here until I retired. And then
and
afterwards,
stayed here after that. So
yes.
and there have been many visits from me down
Yes.
there since then. A couple of visits from you back up here, including last year when we went to New Jersey.
Where we also did a live show.
Where we also did a live show, absolutely. So, 1993, we have hip-hop headlines,
We do.
such as it is.
Yes.
We will forego the Woo News this week.
We will.
And then
Although the Woo did kind of bust onto the scene in 93, so we will
touch
have
on
some
the Woo, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't have
we
anything
won't have a
specifically
segment,
dedicated
right.
to the Woo, but, you know, the Woo is always omnipresent, as Walt Clyde Frazier would say.
Yes.
So, and then we'll have the One and Done, which came from 1993.
It did.
And we'll have a Record of the Week, which came from 1993 and features one of our favorite artists
Yes.
of all time. So we'll do that.
Then we'll have a Bill Reed's lyrics that comes from 1993.
And we'll remind you who the artist of the month is for July of 2022. But let's not waste any more time, my friend. Would you please be so kind to hit me with a little of that 1993 version of Triple H.
Yay, yay.
This is Hip Hop has brought to you by Mr. Throwback Thursday.
We'll get on it. It's your time. Quick question.
Cranky Pants is very observant.
Yes, he is. Quick question. What
Yes.
year did Das Effect's Real Hip Hop come out? I'm asking because I don't know the answer.
I don't know. It would not surprise me if it was 1993, but that is something that I can certainly look up.
I think it was like on their third album. So that would probably be more like 95. But if it were
Maybe.
93, that would have been cool.
That would have been real funny. Yeah. 95.
Yeah.
95 from the Hold It Down album.
Got it. I knew it was on. I knew what album it was on, but
And hello, Gail. Welcome.
yes.
So, let's get started on this tribute to 1993. The
Number.
year in hip hop. The year hip hop and R&B conquered the world.
Yeah,
The second-
that's why I think this is such a big year. You know, 88 was all about, for us, being able to look back now at the classic albums that came out
Right.
during 88. 93 was more a year when the world started to see what we had seen in the past 10 years or so.
And you know, finally picked up on what we were putting down to everybody who would listen.
Mm-hmm.
So 1993. I mean,
number.
what else was happening in 1993? Let's see.
I was in Groton, Connecticut.
I think Michael Jordan was still leading the Bulls to
Did you know?
championships. Angela Bassett was Tina Turner in What's Love Got to Do with It? You know, Eat the Cake anime.
Cake anime. Yep.
I say that to Emily all the time.
Do you know? Do you know? Do you know?
Dino. It's got to be the shoes. Is it the
Damn
shoes?
straight.
Got to be the shoes, money.
Got to be the shoes, money. Have you seen, by the way, that Mars Blackman is back?
I have.
I was so happy. I'm gonna make myself a
And I-
Mars Blackman shirt because I can't find him anymore.
That needs to end up in the Etsy shop or in the in the Mr. Throwback Thursday shop. I might have been sane in 1993, Rob. I don't.
Were you
at
sane in your
times
membrane?
anyway? At times anyway, I was.
Okay,
at least
that's
while I
fair.
was working. 93 might have been when I think you were home visiting when I bought like the Sega or something like that.
Probably.
So that's what I remember. You know, I judge these things also by the video game systems I
Yeah,
owned at
well,
the
you got to
time.
think 92, 93, that time frame is Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis dropping.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
Because I
knew
remember
that's
having
why
Mortal
you
Kombat.
That's why I threw that in there. I remember the night I bought the Sega Genesis and we brought it over to your cousin's house and we stayed up all night and just played hockey all night long. I don't even
Those
remember
were the
what
days.
what was the other game? Sonic the Hedgehog was the game
Yeah,
that
that's
came
when
with
it came
but-
with it. Yep.
And I think the only other one I bought was hockey. So,
Yeah, which I have those here.
which we played.
Anybody who's listening, I am looking for a hockey game for the Sega Genesis, by the way. So if you look through your cabinets and your closets and your attic and boxes, and if you find a copy of Mutant League Hockey for the Sega Genesis,
Oh my God! good
please
luck,
let
dude.
me know and we will make a deal.
Good luck, dude. That's
have
a
Mutant League
hard
football.
find. Yeah,
I have that, but I
I
don't
used
have
to-
hockey.
I rented Mutant League Hockey back when you could rent video games.
Yeah.
From like the video store and stuff. I rented.
Oh
it.
yeah, I did too.
So, but I mean, hell, I think that's how we first rented Super Dodgeball
Yes. No, what was the Sega Genesis called in Europe?
Royale with cheese.
So I know the Sega Master System was before the Genesis.
I couldn't not do that.
No, that's fair. I would have to gotten mad at you had you not. Now you gotta tell us, Nipsey. We're just gonna hold up the whole show and just wait on Nipsey
Greg,
to tell us.
Greg says he had Mutant League Hockey.
That was one of
Okay.
my favorite games. And
That was fun. That was a fun one.
yeah, because right now I could go out and find it. but see, it was the Mega Drive. See, before that, we had the Sega Master System, and then
Yep.
the Sega Genesis,
Yep.
and then the 32X attachment, and then the Sega CD, and then it went on to the Saturn, and then Sega stopped making systems.
And then
No, they made Dreamcast. I forgot they made the Dreamcast.
yeah, they made the Dreamcast. Nobody bought that. And we had what was the thing that had X-Mail? I forget that.
That was the Genesis. It had X-Band.
Yeah, X-Band.
Yeah.
That's what it was called. I knew it was the Genesis. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember what the attachment was because you and I both had it.
Yeah. And I was in Virginia, and you were in New York, and we could play Mortal Kombat against each other
And
on a Sega Genesis
and
over a
hockey.
phone line.
Yep, and hockey. We did that too. So, it was always Charlie Bomb Bomb versus Michael Dobbies. Our two stupid names.
Hell yeah.
So, but that's not what we're here for. We're not here to talk video games. That's another podcast entirely.
Yes, but it's part of 1993.
It is. It's a very big part, actually. Let's take a look. Hip Hop Golden Age had a great list of the top 40 hip hop albums of 1993. And there are some really, really good ones here. They start at 1, which is weird. So I'm going to scroll down.
Yeah,
and
I
go
don't know if
to
they're in
number
any
40.
kind of actual order. I know it says top, but I don't know if they're in order, if they're just, these are 40 that we really, really liked.
So I'm going to start with and we're just going to, we'll name them off.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll touch off with, what we remember about him. Number 40, Black Mafia Life, Above the Law.
ATL, yeah. Yeah, ATL is one of those groups, doesn't get a whole lot of mention. And I don't think that's intentional. I think
Did
that's
we
just,
do an ATL record on here?
I think
we've
we've
done
done
at least
one.
once.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
because we may have to touch back on that.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of good records on this list that if we haven't done them, I'm sure
Start
we'll
digging
find their
into-
way
yeah.
into the rotation. So
Oh, okay. Nipsey, shout out to Hip Hop Golden Age. I haven't talked to Sis in quite a while, but I've got like 6 or 7 articles on there.
yes, you do.
So if you want to go over to hiphopgoldenage.com and search Mr. Throwback Thursday,
You'll find it.
you will. Stuff that I wrote that you might like to read.
And you can follow Sis Van Beers at Sis Van Beers on Twitter, I think.
Yeah.
Is his handle.
Yeah, and I think he's HH. Is it
HHGA. I think.
HHGA?
Yeah.
Yeah. Put in Hip Hop Golden Age, you can find him.
Number 39 on their list is Poor Righteous Teachers with the album Black Business.
Black Business. That album. All right, for me during that time, I loved the first PRT album.
Everybody
Love it.
loves the PRT album, the first one.
The second album, what was the second one called? I can't remember now.
Easy enough to find out.
Yeah,
while
you can
you're
find it.
thinking about it.
The second one was good too. This is their third one. There was much more.
This was one
I
of those
guess-
thought-provoking conscious rap records, I think.
Well, all PRT stuff was, but this one had like more of a reggae feel
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Holy Intellect was first. That was the great album. Second one was Pure Poverty.
Pure PRT, yes,
and then Black Business, and then the New World Order. And then that was
right.
it.
And then they broke up, and Culture Freedom never came back with Wise
the apple
Intelligence
pie.
Apple Pie. No,
No, maybe he was hungry.
he could have been.
You get hungry, you get cranky. I don't want to do this no more. We're breaking up.
Culture Freedom, come back with me, Apple Pie.
Number 38 on this list. The GOAT. Ladies love
14
Cool
shots
James.
to the dome.
14 shots to the dome.
14
Featured-
shots to the dome. How I'm coming, kid.
Featured tracks on that Backseat Funkadelic Relic, Crossroads, and Straight from Queens.
This record for me, I enjoy this record. Don't give it, but this for me was trying to be harder than LL was. LL has a lane, and when he came back with "Mama Said Knock You Out," he reestablished himself as "You forgot who the hell I was."
Right.
This one, I think he was trying to be somebody he wasn't.
He was trying very hard to get in on that NWA anger edge tip, and it's a decent record. It's a good record.
It's better than Walk with a Panther.
That's not saying much, but and that being said, Walking with a Panther still had 2 or 3 banging tracks on it.
Yes. I don't know if any LL album, even the one that Piss Dookie produced,
Could be considered shitty.
Right. I mean, there's somewhere you go, ooh, I really didn't like that song, and that's actually one of my articles.
Yes.
On
Some
5
of them
songs
had,
you let LL get away with just because he was LL.
Yep. I remember reading that, and I think
Milky.
Pink Cookies in a Plastic Bag was number 1.
Yes, and Milky cereal, baby. Come on.
That's just awful.
And then one about the candy bars. Yeah,
Number 37 on the list.
that's an excellent choice, Rob.
The woman who's on both of our Mount Ratmores.
Light
MC
in '93.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Ain't
Her
no
fourth
other
record. Ain't no other. Yep.
Yeah.
Her 4th record. Top tracks on that were Roughneck, I Go On, Ain't No Other, and Brooklyn.
Yeah,
think I'll stay in Brooklyn.
Gotta get a roughneck. That
That's
song
the huge
still
one
plays
off of
today.
there. Yeah. That song still bangs today.
Yeah. All he needs is fingers with his food.
Number 36 on the list. The album is Federal, and it's by E40. Top tracks
that's
on
his. That's his first one, isn't it?
Yes, debut album. Official debut album.
Yeah, not selling
not an
bootlegs
EP or anything. Drought Season, Carlos Rossi, Hide and Seek, Let Him Have It, the 4 featured tracks on that record, according to Hip Hop Golden Age.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion. I'm in like 37 different Facebook hip hop groups, and like 35 of them are stupid. But E40 got brought up the other day, and people are like, "Who? Why would I listen? What? Why is E40 is just a cheap Too Short?" And I'm like,
No.
These are the same people who are saying that oh my god, it was some stupid producer who's out now. I can't think of his name. Doesn't matter because he sucks. Was better than DJ Quick. So I left that group because it's just stupid like, stuff.
That's when you say you don't need that kind of negativity in your life, and you cut that shit out.
Damn straight. But yeah, it's sad that E40 doesn't get mentioned. I'm not putting him in my top 5 or anything.
No, but he's somebody that needs to be recognized.
Yes, he has that whole, like Too Short, he has that whole Bay Area.
The Bay
sound.
Area selling your mixtapes out to trunk before you made it big. That was E40, and that was Too Short. And that's number 35. Looks like a job for
Big Daddy Kane.
Absolutely.
This is another record that's okay. Kane's another one. His first 2 albums,
Bangers.
no one can tell you that they're lacking in any way.
But then there's a whole lot of inconsistency after that.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is. I don't know. Well, I know the one album with his Taste of Chocolate. Was that the one?
Yeah.
Where he went completely ladies' man.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. And then he comes
But
back.
hell, Heavy D did that too. So
But Heavy D could pull that off though.
Yeah, we did that record because he's the overweight lover in the house.
He is with a bag of blue funk.
Tracks on that, The Beef is On, Stop Shamming, How You Get a Record Deal, and Looks Like a Job 4.
Yeah, so it's one of those. Kane's lyrics are Kane's lyrics. I don't know what went wrong with this album. I mean, it's here. It's on somebody's top 40 list and on a respected site. We'll have to see where this list goes to see if I would have included it or excluded it based on.
Well, I think the fact
thoughts.
that it's down at 35,
right?
I think is
it's like we need to get Kane on here because Kane dropped the record.
About where it should be. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime Kane drops a record in a year, it needs to be on a top 40 list.
Yeah, maybe.
That's fair.
Here's one I don't think most of our people are even going to know for number 34. Stories from the Black Book is the record.
That would be K Rhino.
That would be K Rhino, yes.
Yes. Seriously lyrical MC, I remember.
Still active.
Is he?
Out of Houston, yeah.
Wow. He
Still
is
active.
He is
Big-
on our list of records that are going to be done.
Regionally huge in Houston. Still.
A lot of those guys in Texas
Mm-hmm.
were Texas huge. And like outside of Texas, people are like, how do you not know this guy? He's gigantic.
This may very well have to enter the conversation for either a record of the week or
Oh, it's
whatever.
already on the list.
Step into the Mind, Stories from the Black Book, Ultimate Flow. You created a monster. Those are the 4 tracks they have listed from that. Number 33,
33.
The Motherfucking Villain.
Shock of the Hour from MC Ren.
MC Ren's Shock of the Hour. Yes.
Fuck what you heard.
MC Ren was not the worst member of NWA.
No, I think Ren gets a bad rap.
I do too.
Like I
do
don't
too.
know if he wasn't used enough in NWA. I don't know if he wasn't given enough freedom to do his own stuff.
No, because you know what I think NWA, Ice Cube was the voice
Right.
of NWA, but
DOC
the
was
golden
the pen.
and the golden child of that group was Eazy-E.
Well, yeah, he's the guy who said, "Let's get together."
So, Shock of the Hour, 4 tracks listed off of that. Fuck What You Heard, Same Old Shit, Mayday on the Front Line, and Do You Believe?
Mayday on the front line. I used to love that song. Yeah,
Here-
yeah.
These next 2 names should sound familiar considering we just did one of them as an Artist of the Month not too long ago.
Did
Number
we also have an Old to the New from them recently?
We did indeed. Number 32 would be 8 Ball and MJG with Coming Out Hard.
Oh, yes. That was the big song.
And kind of like with the Houston thing, these guys were a big rise of the Southern hip hop, making their footprint known. Pimps, Coming Out Hard, Armed Robbery, Mr. Big, the 4 big tracks off of that record, as listed by HHGA. Number 31, Friends of the Show.
Friends of the Show, 1993, plural,
Grimy.
Onyx.
With
Back
the fuck up.
This album sonically was different than anything I had ever heard.
Yeah. I hadn't felt this way about a first listen on an album since the first time I had heard NWA.
Yeah. I think the only time I'd heard
Hi, John.
music like this was, Run DMC with King of Rock and Rockbox,
Right.
where they had the guitar player and it was
they didn't have
heavy for the time.
They didn't have the spit and broken glass sound of Sticky
no.
and Fredro, though. I mean, that's what got me was
yeah.
just the timbre of the voices and the fact that they sounded like they were going to come through the speakers and punch you right in the fucking face.
Yeah.
And make you listen to them.
Yeah, but the whole music base to what they had, it was all, you take an Onyx crowd and you can drop them into a heavy metal show. You can drop them into a punk show. You can drop them into a hip hop show. They were the first group I ever saw
They crossed a lot of lines.
that
absolutely.
had a mosh pit at a hip hop show.
And didn't look out of place with it.
No, not at all. No, like I said, they pulled fans. They're a lesser Wu-Tang to me, not musically or anything,
Right.
as far as pulling people from all walks of life
Right.
into listening to them. Onyx is right up there with Wu-Tang for me.
And of course, there's 4 great tracks that they list off here. Slam. Throw your guns in the air. Bitch ass Nickelbacks.
Yep.
And Attack of the Ballheads.
Attack of the Bullheads.
Number 30 on this list. Tretch. Vin. What year are we in?
I say this could be the best name for an album for when it came out.
Yeah, I mean, what year are we in? 1993, of course.
Yes.
By Naughty by Nature. A great record.
Yeah, this had what I'm going to call is their biggest crossover hit.
Still used today by the Hudson Valley Renegades, the minor league team. I'm here, right by me, which, by the way, I'm singing the national anthem for them again, July 29th. So
if you're in
hopefully,
town.
if you're in town, come and check it out. If not, I'll see if I can't record it. And I'm doing the Canadian anthem because it's Canada night for some stupid reason. But this one had a little song you might have heard of called Hip Hop Hooray.
Yes.
And then they also had It's On, The Hood Comes First, and Hot Potato. But God, we have mentioned the sheer ability of Tretch in the past and how that man does not get the flowers that he is owed
No.
on a consistent basis.
I told you, I don't know if I told anybody else, I'm heading back out to Vegas in late September.
Yes.
I am trying to find out what the rotation is for the Boombox residency so I can see if I can catch Tretch while we're there.
He's out there. That'd be awesome. That'd be a great show.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I just don't want to go out there and see what's her name from CNC Music or from Snap.
Yeah.
The other half of Snap, like, and Christian. Yeah.
And Christian. Number 29 on the list. Not quite sure how to introduce this one. The name of the record has both of his names in it.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about.
The name of the record, Tragedy, Saga of a Hoodlum. It is by Intelligent Hoodlum or Tragedy Gaddafi,
Yes.
whatever you want to call him.
Yes. No, I called him at this point Intelligent Hoodlum.
And a lot like his first record, another record that was really slept on.
Yeah, I don't understand why more people don't. I don't even want to say don't even talk about.
I mean,
people don't know Intelligent Hoodlum.
It's standard New York City boom bap on this record.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Great.
he went on to produce all kinds of shit under Tragedy, and then released albums as Tragedy Gaddafi, obviously. And no, he's one of those names you never ever hear. And when you say, "Oh, that's like Intelligent Hoodlum," people are like, "What did he do? Why would I? Why am I supposed to know him?" You fucking kidding me?
Because
I
now
can have the
he's
same
Tragedy
conversation.
Gaddafi.
Yeah, but I can have that same conversation with somebody and bring up like Lakeem Shabazz, who was around the same time, and they know him,
Right.
but they don't know Intelligent Hoodlum. I just find that strange.
It's crazy. Top 4
Black on
tracks
Proud.
listed on that: Grand Groove, The Posse, Street Life, Mad Brothers Know His Name.
Names probably because
Yeah,
he keeps changing
more
them.
than one of them. Number 28 on this record, on this list. He wasn't acting a fool, but he was trifling.
He was trifling. King T.
The Trifling album by King T. Yes.
Gotta cut your mother's arms off so she couldn't kick it.
King
Wait.
T's, a typical King T record. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Yep.
He did a bunch of records back then. This, I think, was this the second record?
I don't know if this is his second or his third.
Second or third, yeah.
Yeah.
This one had Got It Bad, Y'all, Black Together Again, Blow My Socks Off, and Just Flauntin'.
I agree. King T did have great album covers.
Yeah, this one is a great album cover, too. It's just, the low ride orange car.
Yep. Yeah, I
know-
got somewhere around here one of those fake like K-Tel cassettes, and
Yeah.
it's King T and Ice T, and it's called Having a Tea Party.
Having a tea party. I remember that, yes. King T's proteges come in at number 27, right above him.
The Licks.
The Licks
Yeah.
with 21 and Over.
I think we've done
Another-
this album.
Another great album cover where they're all looking in the fridge at the 40-ounce bottles. So, the Licks, short record, though. Damn near an
Yeah.
EP.
And then like a
Except
half
for the
hour or
fact-
something.
Under 40 minutes, but there were 10 tracks. So
Yeah.
that's probably what pushed it into an LP. They don't take themselves too seriously. They never do. I mean,
No. Only When
the
I'm
Licks-
Drunk is a great song, though.
Only When I'm Drunk is one of the ones they list with Liquid, Turn the Party Out, and Make Room. Number 26 on the list. T-I-M-E by
Ooh,
L-O-N-S.
Yeah.
Whole lot of letters being thrown around there. 1993 spelling bee coming up on
Hell
you.
yeah. From friend of the show, Dinko D.
Dinko D, absolutely.
This was the last album they put out, wasn't it?
I think so. And Busta was on this one too.
Mm-hmm. And who's that? Brown.
Brown. Top tracks on here: Classic Material, Syntax Era, Connections, and The Difference. Not to be confused with 9. Here's another one I don't think a lot of our listeners are going to know.
No,
Number
this is
25.
a great album. I know exactly. I just pulled it up and I was like right in the middle.
Yeah.
If you could see my screen, I have like the top of it is the parental advisory sticker, and the bottom of it is Leaders of the New School TIME. Like I'm right in between the two where I was on my screen.
And this next one is Kill My Landlord
Kill
by
Kill.
The Coup. And they're from Oakland.
Mm-hmm. They're also on my list upcoming.
Yes. Thoughtful, intelligent, socially conscious lyrics. Boots Riley did the beats on this one. Debut album. And they put out quite a few good records.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have no idea who they are.
No, and that's what I'm really hoping we can pull out of this 93 list is stuff that people go, who? And then we can throw it at them
And
a
then be
month
like,
from now.
How did I not know this?
Yeah. Yep.
Top tracks on that: Dig It, Not Yet Free, The Coup, and Kill My Landlord.
Kill. My landlord.
Number 24 goes back down to Houston, Texas.
We talking about the face?
We are talking about Mr. Brad Jordan.
Yes.
Mr. Scarface says the world is yours.
Yes, he did.
Although it's funny, it's also subtitled Face to Face. It says so right across the globe. Face, the number 2, face.
Nice.
Yeah, and Scarface was one of those guys who, apart from the Ghetto Boys stuff, just threw out real quality stuff.
Yeah, and this is an
And
early
a
one.
lot
too.
of it. Yeah.
Like his second or third album?
Second.
Second, yeah.
But and right before that, or right after that, I should say, he dropped this, and then in '94 he dropped The Diary.
Diary, yes.
which is probably his best one.
Yeah. I still like Mr. Scarface's Back.
Drop
But that's
tracks.
like my favorite Tribe album is People's Instinctive Travels, and everybody goes, "What? No, you got two other great albums right after that. It's still my favorite. It
Not
doesn't
saying
matter
the
how
greatest. I'm saying
Yeah.
it's my favorite. Top tracks. Now I Feel You. Coming Ag. The Wall. Mr. Scarface Part 3. The final chapter. We are almost close to the midway point of this list.
All right,
Number 23 is another one that I'm not.
we've done
I
this one.
think we did this.
We did,
But I think we did this like 5 years ago.
it was a while ago.
Because when we mentioned the name of the record, we all broke into a KRS-One thing. So the name of this record, Illegal Business, and it's
Come from
by
America.
Mac Mall.
Yes.
And I think Mac Mall's E40's cousin, if I remember
Yes.
correctly.
Yep.
So
And the only other thing I remember about that album is that he was like
He
a
was-
young teenager. 15? Is that what it was?
15 when he recorded that record.
I knew it was young because that when we did the record and I saw that, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because it's a quality
15.
album.
Yeah. The production on there was done by K-Ree. Really good production on that record.
Not Kyrie.
No. Is he asking for a trade out of the Brooklyn Nets too?
Of
Because I know
course.
Durant is.
Well, they go together.
No, actually, no. Durant asked for the trade. Kyrie opted into his option,
Okay.
so it doesn't matter.
They're still the New
Basketball.
Jersey Nets. So
So top tracks on there: It's All Good, Cold Sweat, Don't Want to See Me, and Versatile. We are at number 22, and this would be 2 T's, 2 U's,
U's.
and 1 O.
One-O. And if anybody is watching the A&E series on I don't even remember what it's called now. The one that they're doing on hip hop, where they do the individual people. They did Fat Joe.
Yeah.
They did Busta. They did Eve. Well,
I don't
they did.
remember what they call the series.
They did Ice-T this week, and he actually talked about the Home Invasion album.
Yep, which is I was
Because-
going to say. We didn't mention the name of the record. This is Home Invasion by Ice-T.
Yeah, because he said he had just come off of Body Count's debut,
Right.
and he walked into this and was getting a load of shit for this
Right.
before it even came out.
And before that, the last Ice-T record before that was OG, Original Gangsta.
Nice.
So, yeah, this album,
This one had the song that Jay-Z stole.
absolutely. I was going to get to that.
Oh,
I was going
okay.
to say the top tracks on here. It's On, Got a Lot of Love, That's How I'm Living, and a little track that good old Hawaiian Sophie co-opted called 99 Problems.
Doesn't he do that with 2 Live Crew?
It
Ice-T?
doesn't. I think he does. It doesn't say so on here, but I'm pretty sure.
Research
it is.
department, where are you?
Number
I
21.
want to say he's got Fresh Kid Ice and Brother Marquise. I'm almost guaranteed Fresh Kid Ice is
wouldn't
on that
surprise
track
me.
with him.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Number 21. Back down to Houston. Houston was big in this year, man.
Yeah.
But this is all of them together.
The Ghetto Boys.
And do you remember what record would have been in 93 by them?
Oh, let's see. Till Death Do Us Part.
Yes, I was going to say, think of the electric chair on the cover.
Yeah, that's what I had to. I had to try to go through their album covers.
Now, this was the record where Big Mike was brought in to replace Willie D.
Yeah, I'm
So-
sure Willie D wasn't real happy with that.
No. Big Mike is good MC.
Mhm.
I don't know if he had the connection
Yeah,
that Willie D had with the other Ghetto Boys. You know, Bushwick.
yes.
Good old Bushwick. 6 Feet Deep. Ghetto. Straight Gangstaism and Raise It Up. The 4 tracks they mentioned on
Gangsta ism
here.
anything like Madism?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Number 20, The Halfway Point. And we mentioned this man before. One of the 2 guys out of Oakland selling a shit ton of mixtapes out of his trunk.
Short Dog.
This would be Todd Shaw. $2 Hort. And this record back in 93 was Get In Where You Fit In.
I think the Blowjob Betty redo was on that one.
I think so too. This was his 5th studio album, but 8th album overall.
Yeah. Okay. He's another one. All these people, again, I'm in 700 different groups. All these people are always talking about longevity, and they bring up Hawaiian Sophie all the time. Like, who's done, as many records as he has in all these different decades, and then they bring up Busta and say Busta's done them from the 90s. He's still putting out stuff. Todd motherfucking Shaw started before all of them and is still putting out music today.
Yep. And it's like you said with other things. You know what you're going to get when you get a Too Short record.
Yes. You
Too
better know
short.
going in.
Too Short does not reinvent the wheel.
No, he didn't even reinvent the bitch.
No. It's basically the same 12 tracks on every record, but you don't realize that it's all the same tracks, and more importantly, you don't even fucking care.
No, because you bought the Too Short album because you wanted to hear Too Short.
Get
And
in
that's
where
what
you
you
fit.
get.
Get in where you fit in. Playboy Short, gotta get some loving in. I'm a player. Where the record's off of there. I'm a Player was my favorite on that one.
It's a good record. It's a good Too Short record.
Top half of the list. Number 19. Slaughterhouse by
Ooh,
Master
Master
Ace Incorporated.
Yes, with the INC. Yes,
You got to get the INC on there.
yes, because they were different eras.
Yes. So Master Ace back in 93 came out with Slaughterhouse. Basically making fun of gangster rappers sung this record.
Yeah, because that was not Ace's style.
Right. Top track, Slaughterhouse, Boom Bashin', The Mad Ones, Saturday Night Live. Master Ace was good. Number 18, another group that I don't think gets the credit they deserve because everybody just knows them as Jimmy Fallon's house band now.
Yeah, the Square Roots.
Back then, they were the Roots.
Yes, the legendary
On
Roots
this
crew now.
record, it's Organics was the record.
Ooh,
One of
hold
the-
on. We got a question.
So if you're only going to buy one Too Short album, you'd say get any one. They're all the same.
I would tell you to get Life Is, but
I would say that too. Stylistically, they're all the same,
yes.
but there is a difference in the lyrical content to a certain extent. I mean, there's always going to be talk about biatch and
Yes.
stuff like that, but
Yeah, no, if you were to get one, I would tell you to get Life Is.
yeah. Because
But
Life Is
anything
has...
outside of that and Born to Mac are pretty much the same album.
But the Roots, Organics.
Is that's the one with Past the Popcorn?
That is the one with Past the Popcorn, The Session, Leonard 1 through 5, and Grits. And it's just a black album cover that says The Roots, Organics on it.
Yeah, well, that's all you really need.
Number
They
7.
were the next iteration of the hip hop band after Stetsasonic.
Number 17 on the list. Another one of the great
Did you
album
just say
covers of all
another
time.
one?
Another one of the great album covers back then. Mr. O'Shea Jackson.
Oh, 93. 93. So Lethal Injection in 93?
Lethal Injection. Yep. Great record cover. The Ice Cube syringe going into the headphone
I almost-
cord. That's
I almost said The Predator.
no. This was number 3 on the list because the first two were America's Most Wanted and Death Certificate, which we've done both of those records. We might have done this one too, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But a little bit different Cube on this record. Not as angry,
Because he settled all his beef by this point.
maybe. Ghetto Bird, You Know How We Do It, Really Though, and When
You
I
Know
Get
How
to
We
Heaven.
Do It.
Those are the big 4 on here. Number 16 on the list. We mentioned this guy recently when we talked about Gorillaz a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
But right now, he was just going as Dell.
He was not the funky Homo sapien.
He was not funky, and apparently he was not a Homo sapien at that point.
So this must
but-
be No Need for Alarm as opposed to I Wish My Brother George was here.
No Need for Alarm, yes. And this record cover looks so much like a DOS Effects record.
Oh,
If you notice, it's Elektra Records and all that. It's got that. It looks like a DOS Effects record when you look at it. Yeah, it's a hieroglyphics group effort on the production side.
I think everything was at that point.
Back-
like
yeah,
we just did Casual for 439, and that was basically a Hyro
basically a Hyro album.
production. Yeah.
No Need for Alarm. A little bit more mature than I Wish My Brother George was here, but
But was it as much fun?
probably not. Catch a Bad One, Whack MCs, No Need for Alarm, and Worldwide are the tracks they
Whack
mark
MC's
on
is
here.
the one that sticks out to me on that album.
Number 15 on the list. Represent by Fat Joe Da Gangsta on the album
Yes.
cover. He was
That's a debut, right? That's the one with Gotta
Yep.
Flow, Joe.
Yep. Flo Joe, Bad Bad Man, Living Fat, Watch the Sound. A lot of digging in the crate stuff on there. Lord Finesse, Showbiz, Diamond D provided beats for this. Yeah, good
Yeah,
record.
he is a DITC member.
Good record. Track number 14, or album number 14, would be Miss Dana Owens.
Ooh, 93, we get UNITY. That was on the Black Rain album.
Black Rain, yes. Now, everybody likes it. This might be her best record, man.
won't
Might
argue.
be. Of course, UNITY, Just Another Day, Superstar, and Black
Around the
Hand Side.
motherfucking way.
Yep. Queen Latifah goes off on this record
I heard she was on vacation.
and it's just Dana
Playing old
today.
Dana today. Yeah.
Number 13 on the list. Here Come the Lords.
The one chief rocker, number one chief rocker.
Lords of the Underground. Absolutely. Mr. Funky, Do It All, and DJ Lord Jazz.
Do
Great
it all
record.
running for office all over New Jersey.
Yes. Under his real name, of course.
Yes.
Chief Rocka, Funky Child, Here Come the Lords, Flow On. Gene the Dancing Machine. My God, it's Gong Show reference. I
Yes.
can't believe that. Well done.
With a finale by the unknown comic. Yes.
Number 12 on the list.
What do you got?
Strictly for my Niggaz.
Yes, by Fake Pac. Or Too Fake.
Tupac.
Yes. Got to keep your head up.
Yep, and holler if you hear me, and Get Around, and Last
Yep.
Words. Now this was,
Round and round.
I think
round
this was
we
when he was
go.
still kind of a lump of clay, trying to mold himself into what Tupac would become.
Yeah, this is wasn't Underground on that track with him. Mm-hmm. On
And-
I Get Around.
Yes. And, the next album of his was Me Against the World, and that's kind of where he broke out.
Yeah, that's kind of what they call quintessential Pac.
Yes. Number 11 on the list. Surprised this one's as high as it is, but there's a lot of people who love this group. I might not be one of them, but there's a lot of people who love this group. This is Cypress Hill with Black Sunday.
Like Sunday. Is that the one with I ain't going out like that? I ain't
Yep.
going out like that. I ain't
Yep.
going out. That also
And
had
Insane in the Brain.
Yeah.
Yep. And when the shit goes down and Lick a Shot and, big DJ Muggs right on this one.
Well, yeah.
So,
Not Grand Mixer Mugs,
no.
because he was in the 783.
Number 10. You can't get one of these lists without our favorite rapper of all time. The Four Horsemen.
Said G. Cool Keith.
Uh-huh. That's really the only two horsemen you need to know.
Ultramagnetic
Ultramagnetic MCs.
MCs.
Third album by the Ultramagnetic MCs on here. Cool Keith is just crazy.
But this is really before he became
Batshit crazy Cool Keith.
yeah.
Yeah.
Before Chicken Chow Mein. This is this is much earlier.
Every now and then when I need to, I go back and I watch that stupid.
It's fucking awesome, man.
I mean, it's like 8 minutes that I never get back after I
Yeah.
watch it, but it's
But you
just
don't
like
need it.
Chicken Chow Mein. Two Brothers with Checks, San Francisco Harvey, Raise It Up, Saga of Dandy, the Devil, and Day, and 1 2
That's a
1
baseball
2,
song. It's a legitimate song about baseball.
which would make sense because I think on the record cover, I know that's a minor league team. I want to say it's the Chattanooga Lookouts, but I'm not 100% sure. Might be. Just that's the one that popped into my head. Number 9 on the list. You might not know the album by the title, and you may have heard the name of the group, but you definitely know the big track off of it. It's Reachin' by Diggable Planets.
Okay. That album, for me, the big track is Nickelback.
Nickel Bags, yep.
Yep. Nickel bag, a nickel bag. Doodlebug will hit you with a nickel bag. That's the biggest song to me on that album.
Doodlebug, now known as C Knowledge.
Yes. Friend of the
But
show.
everybody knows Rebirth of Slick.
Yes. And a lot of people don't know it by that name.
No, they just know it as Cool Like That,
Right.
Cool Like That, or a Piece Like That, Strong Like That. The other two mentioned are Where I'm From and Escapism, but a great record.
Yeah, Where I'm From is a great song, too.
Yeah, really is. Now, you knew you couldn't get through a 93 list without 93 Till Infinity. Coming in at number 8, 93 Till Infinity by Souls of Mischief.
Yeah, let's go back to the High Road Crew.
Absolutely. Probably the crown jewel of the Hyro group records.
Mm-hmm.
Just a record when we did it that, I mean, everybody knows the title track, 93 Till Infinity, but Live and Let Die, that's when you lost, Make Your Mind Up. There were great tracks up and down that record. So Souls of Mischief coming in at a nice... Now, here's one I didn't think was going to hit this high.
Okay.
And it's going to be another one, I think, that unless people have been with us for a long time, I don't think they're going to know it.
Oh, I like this already. What do you got?
Inner City Griots
Ah,
by
Freestyle Fellowship.
Freestyle Fellowship, yes. Sophomore record. First record, To Whom It May Concern. It's another one of them jazzy records.
Isn't this where AC Alone comes from?
Yes. And had the had the jazz and stuff, but it was a West Coast record.
Yeah. AC Alone, by the way, has ties to our friend Kane from Deathwish.
Very cool. Did not know that.
He doesn't know him, but AC Alone has a song called The Accepted Eclectics.
Eclectics, yes. Which happens to be Kane's group.
Yes. We come full circle here.
Kane from...
We take you from Carlos Santana to Underdog, and we take you from Freestyle Fellowship
I'm still
to Kane
patting myself
Grogan.
on the back for that one 2 weeks
You
ago.
should.
So, respect due, Everything's Everything, Heavyweights, Inner City Boundaries, the 4 tracks listed off of Freestyle Fellowship's Inner City Griots. Number 6, Enter the Stage.
How many MCs must get dissed? Yes. Little
Black
Moon. Yes.
Absolutely.
Who got the props? Who got the props?
Who got the props? How many MCs? You already mentioned 2 of the 4 bangers on here. Gotcha
What else I
Open.
got? And Buck 'em
I Gotcha
Down.
Open, Buck 'em Down. Yep.
Yeah.
Great record. I'm sure we did this one.
We did, yes.
Number 5 on the list.
All right, we're in the top 5.
I didn't know it had went away, but apparently the boom bap returns on this record.
Ooh. The teacher bringing
Return,
whoop, whoop.
Return of the boom bap by KRS-One.
That's the sound of the police.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes, yes.
First record he released under KRS-One after 5 records as Boogie Down Productions.
Nice. I think Premier's got something on this album too. Let's
So
go
does
back and look.
Showbiz, so does
Oh.
Kid Capri. It's Chris Parker, for fuck's sake. You don't have to say anything else.
No.
Sounds
But
of
when
the
you
Police,
throw Preem in there too. Come on, son.
Out of Here, Mad Crew, Return of the Boom Bap. Just classic stuff. Number 4 on the list. De La Soul.
De La Soul in '93. 3 Feet High and Rising. De La Soul is dead. Balloon Mind State.
Balloon Mind State. Ego Trippin' Part 2, I Am, I Be, Break of Dawn, and Area are the 4 tracks they listed. Maybe, and a lot of people, rightly so, people talk about 3 Feet High. They talk about De La Soul is Dead.
Yes.
This one doesn't get as much mention.
No.
Pretty fucking good album, though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this I can't argue with any of their first 4 albums being thrown on this list anywhere.
Right. Except this list is 1993, and the other 3 weren't
Yeah.
released in that year.
They were
this
not.
is where that would have to go. Number 3 on the list. A young man released his first album. Calvin Broadus.
Was he sipping on gin and juice at the time?
He was doing it in his own style, let's say.
He was indeed.
The style of the dog.
That's Snoggy style.
That would be Doop Snog. No. Snoop Doggy Dog with the debut record Doggy Style.
I believe that is a Snoopaloopa.
And again, a classic album cover.
Yes. This one reminded me of Short Dogs in the House. You remember the album cover for that one?
Yeah.
Where it was all cartoon
Yep.
drawings. And
So, I mean, Gin and Juice, Murder Was the Case, G's and Hustlers,
this is for the G's and this is for the hustlers.
Da Shiznit. I mean, one of the best debut records ever.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to argue that at all.
Number 2 on this list would be a group you already mentioned.
I've mentioned, like, not that was on this list because nobody put out 2 albums in the same
No,
year.
no. We talked about them before, but this is the first time. This would be,
And we're down to the last 2.
we're down to the last 2. This
It's
would
either got to
the-
be Tribe or Woo.
This would be the album cover with about 45 different faces on it.
That would be Midnight Marauders by a Tribe Called Quest,
That it would be, indeed.
which
And
was released on the exact same day as what I can only assume is going to be number 1.
I would venture to say the record you think is number 1 is probably going to be number 1 as
Okay,
well.
yes, they were released on the same day in the same year, just to give you an idea of how important this year is.
That's a fucking good day for hip hop, dude.
It is. I don't have that mug with me, but I would say it was a good day.
Yeah, Midnight Marauders by Tribe Called Quest, Electric Relaxation Award Tour.
Will Muhammad, my man.
Oh my God.
Danger.
And we Can Get Down are the 4 tracks off of there. Midnight Marauders, very good record. Never mentioned as one of their best, though.
Well, that's because people always want to say Low End Theory.
Low end, and of course you
is
like
the-
People's.
Well, I like People's Instinctive Travels and Pass. I like that one.
The number 1 record on this list is a little record you might have heard us talk about, and this will qualify as Woo News. The number 1 record for 1993, according to Hip Hop Golden Age, Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers, by a group known as the Wu-Tang Clan. I would venture to say probably another really good debut album.
Yeah, it didn't suck. These guys are all still around. Well, minus the dead one.
Even the dead one's still putting shit out.
He's still here.
And we'll be here every week.
Damn straight.
They list 4 tracks on here. You can list the entire fucking album for
You
banging
can.
tracks on here. It's fucking Wu-Tang Clan. There's really nothing else you could say about the 36 Chambers, Enter the Wu-Tang.
Except they're nothing to fuck with.
Bring the ruckus.
9 dudes that have one brain, one mission, one focus.
And that was to conquer the fucking world.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. If you guys
and
haven't
they
watched the
kinda
Hulu
did.
series, you need to do that.
They kind of did.
Yeah. If you don't have Hulu, get a week-long free subscription and just binge the Wu-Tang series and then get rid of it.
Bring the ruckus. Cash rules everything around me. Protect your neck. The mystery of chess boxing. Just great stuff on here. That is
Style.
hip hop Golden Age's top 40 hip hop albums of 1993. I don't have a problem with a single one on that list. There may be a couple I would have shuffled if it's a greatest hits, greatest list.
Right.
But just the fact that they're all on that list, and like I said, there's a couple on there that I'm sure most people don't know.
Yeah, the only thing I would, I don't even want to say reorder, something that I would remove and replace. I would take off that Big Daddy Kane album, and I would replace it with Guru's Jasmine Taz Volume 1.
I would too, but you know what? As much as it's a hip hop album, to me, it's just as much a jazz album.
Well,
so
yes,
if they,
or a
if
couple
they
other
listed,
ones on here.
If they listed the top 40 jazz records of you can't have great records without debut tracks.
You can't. I don't think it can happen.
ClashMusic.com brings us the 7 best debut rap tracks of 1993. Now, these are people who came into the world here all off of their first records.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually shocked that Biggie wasn't on the 40 records because he's on here.
Was his album in 93?
Maybe the single was 93 because, you know what? I think the record came out in 94, but he did release the first single in 93.
I'll believe it. Or was it the other way? Was it 92 and then the single was in 93? Who knows?
No, because Juicy came out in 94. So let's take a look at the 7 debut tracks they list. Who Am I? What's My Name? Which didn't get listed as one of the good tracks off of Doggy Style.
No.
Snoop,
And these people weren't on the same list or making the same lists.
Snoop Dogg with Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Yeah, which that was your first foray into the world of Snoop.
Right.
You know, when you saw the video come out and everybody was morphing into the Dobermans, and it was a cool video.
Great video. It really was.
And it was
Number
important.
2.
It was still important in
Absolutely.
93 to have a powerful video
Because MTV was still a thing.
Yeah.
It was a huge thing. So Emily's having her party, and one of the parents is like, I would have sent a dish if I had known. I was like, no, we ordered pizza.
Yeah. Don't need no dish.
We got dishes. We got 6 pizzas. Number 2 on the list, Protect Your Neck, Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, that is a powerful motherfucking single to break out with.
It really is. It really is. And every time I hear it now, I'm just like, ah! Most of that record makes me do that.
Yeah, that's a great thing. Now, you came to Wu-Tang late.
I did. I have openly admitted I was not a Wu-Tang fan much before we started the show. I knew them. I listened to them a little bit.
Right.
But I didn't have the appreciation until we started doing the show. And then I deep dove into them a little bit more.
Right.
And I was like, how the fuck did I miss this? Because
Right. So for that, to this day, say 8 years ago, to have the same impact on you that it had on people when it hit in 93 says something for the staying power of that album and how much vision RZA had to have to say, this isn't a 93 thing. This is a 93 to infinity thing.
Oh, nice segue. That's the next song.
Is it?
93 Till Infinity. Yes. Souls of Mischief.
Nice.
Again, classic song.
Oh,
off a
yeah.
classic record. And you can't turn on any kind of classic hip hop station without hearing that at least within the first 2 hours.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned Biggie. Party and
Because
Bullshit.
he's the illest.
That's what I hear. Party and Bullshit was one of the songs that they mentioned. I'm going to mention, let's see, there's 3 of them on this list that we didn't mention records for.
Well, that's understandable because there are some singles that are just powerful enough to make you know who the band is, but maybe that album wasn't strong enough to crack that top 40 list.
So Biggie's Party and Bullshit was one of the ones where there's no record in 93, but the single was there. The next one on the list, also no record listed in the top 40 anyway. Players Ball by Outkast.
Outkast.
So
That's a Christmas song. It is.
it is, yeah. And every time I see our good friend Andre 3000, all I can think of is, why does your breath smell like birdseed?
Yep, and he orders the most creative coffee drink.
Yes.
Upside down in a vase.
at the Bucks.
Yes.
Next song was on one of the records we talked about.
Okay.
Flo Joe.
You gotta flow, Joe. You
By
gotta
Fat
flow,
Joe.
Gotta go, Joe.
The last one, I love the fact that this is last on the list because this didn't make the album list, and you can probably blame Bill for it.
Get some MOP in here somewhere.
How about some hardcore by MOP?
Yeah, we like it raw. That was on the
They were
House
still
Party
on-
soundtrack.
They were still underground at that point, too, to a certain extent.
Let me see if I got any volume on this. Hold on.
It's a great record.
Do I have it? Do I have it?
How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw.
Put it up here and show
How
people.
about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw.
We're like that
How about
tonight.
some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. Street border fellas on the corner posted up 20 deep with your F.O.F.
Man, Dan's looks
ready
young.
to flip whenever you empty your clip. Dip, grip your sidekick, you got skill. Your best bet is to chill and do yourself a favor. Don't come nowhere near the hell with that bullshit. Word, money, grip, and of course you.
Okay.
Great record, though.
Yeah, that was on the House Party soundtrack.
That's the 7 best debut rap tracks according to ClashMusic.com. And that brings us to the end of Hip Hop Headlines for the 1993 Spotlight Show, episode 441. We will take our first break of the evening. And when we come back, we will eschew the Woo News and go right into music. We may play the Woo News bumper just
Who
because
knows?
Enter the Woo came out in 93. So
Yeah.
we can pay homage to the Woo by playing their bumper and just tell you that the only news is that, well, you know, we'll find out after the break.
Yes.
Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 441. Not to be confused with episode 1993, although they are the same. Coming right back at you right after this. I have to go grab something to drink. I'm dying.
Okay, you do that. Ooh. Brandon. Yes, Wu-Tang was very much news in 1993. What else do we got going on here? I should really have show notes. I don't keep up with this crap. I make Bill do it. Did everybody order their espresso roast from Death Wish today? Because it's available. Yes, show notes are very important. I should show you guys because you never get to see what my mess looks like. Like, that is my show notes. And it's pages and pages and highlights and all kinds of crap. But what I do is I write them all up and then I send them to Bill and then I don't look at them anymore. So I miss a whole lot of stuff. That's what I got too, Gail. I got a bag of beans and a box of K-Cups. Figure I'll try them both and see how they go. Yeah. Thank you. Anybody who reads the show notes when I put them up, I appreciate it because that's the majority of the work of making the show. Between that and the editing. But the editing is sometimes smooth when Bill does things like this and disappears for a while. I got to remember to cut all this stuff out and make it show. I don't know who's ever listened to the patron version and then listened to the cleaned up version. Huge difference. Yes, I will write the show. Okay, so Thursday the show releases. Friday, Saturday, Sunday writes the show. Monday we do the show. Tuesday I edit the show. Wednesday I upload the show to DJB and Wild One Radio and a couple other places. And then Thursday we share the show and we start it all over again. Yes. People do drag down my editing time, Cranky. But I always blame Bill anyway. So unless we have super technical difficulties. The uncut show, I think, is much more fun, Rob. The cleaned up version is nobody gets to hear the sideways conversations that take us off track. They don't get to hear what happens during the breaks. They don't get to hear what happens before or after the show. You know, the patron version, you get to hear everything from the minute we sign on to the minute we sign off. That we don't hide anything. But yeah, it's a whole different thing than the polished, finished product that goes out to the masses. I'm running low. Yes, I think being here for the live show is the best because you get to witness it all and participate. But the uncut version audio is the next closest thing to actually being here. Oh, and I remind everybody, tomorrow, I should put it up on the screen. I'm going to put up a banner. So hold on, hang with me while I create a banner. Vote at podcastawards.com. Boom. Add banner. There. Okay, starting tomorrow, you can vote for us at podcastawards.com in the People's Choice and I believe news and politics category is where they'll stick us. But go there, sign up, vote for us, and head over to probably home of the TVT Posse page and just let us know that you voted. And then, who knows, maybe one of you get chosen as a judge for the final selections. You know, so we got to go through and make it to the finals, and that's where your votes count. And then they do the finals with the judges. Like I said, I think Stephen Euchre was a judge last year. So tomorrow, I'll remind everybody again tomorrow, but you should tell your Google alert, you should tell Siri, you should tell Alexa or whatever other creepy thing is listening in on you. Tomorrow, go vote. Yeah, we're back.
Had to make sure my backyard wasn't burnt down.
I don't even want to know. I'll just say, okay, player.
Now Emily's having her little party back there.
Yes.
A little Jack Daniels to go with Coca-Cola.
Indeed.
I know Gail will appreciate that. She's a Jack person, so.
Not your fancy new Jack I told you about.
No, I would get that. And like I said, that bottle would last me about 2 years because I would just sip it slowly.
You think that, you know, I've got a $200 bottle of rum that's in there that's got this much left in it.
Yeah. KFC grease. Oh my God. That is a flashback.
I like callbacks. They're my favorites.
Shall we come back?
Sure. Not that I know where the hell I am on the one. I got to pull up the one and done first. Hold on.
We got to do a one and done, and we got to do
A record of the week.
drop.
Yeah, I got that all set. There it is. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's hit this drop with a Shri. Who's your mama?
1 2 1 2. What's good, yo? This is Ghostface straight from Staten Island, New York. And right about now, it's time for Jamie and Bill. I know what it is. Get it correct. Mr. Throwback Thursdays, Jamie and Bill. You know what I mean? Y'all check this out. Exclusive. Peace.
Deluxe rap cavaliers, bitches who still biz, give me a sit back.
Very nicely done on the drop with no reference to Woo News because we're not having it this week. Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 441, the 1993 edition. And we are going to go right into the music. A record that came out in 1993 is your one and done for episode 441. This record came out November 16th of 1993 to be precise.
Okay.
On Ruthless Records and Relativity Records, produced by a guy I said before was the golden child of NWA, Eazy-E, along with Epic
when your
Mazer
name's on the door.
and Bilal Bashir.
Yo, Bilal, switch.
This is the debut album by the rap duo Blood of Abraham. The name of the record is Future Prophets. And I'm sure it's a record that a lot of people probably don't know.
Which is good. But I'm hoping that John Henderson is paying attention.
I am too. I am looking at 14 tracks. Are you?
As am I, yes.
Track number 1 would be for Mr. DJ Introduction. It is Future Prophets Intro.
As a soul sows, so shall it reap. So it is with the nation, with the world. But the things that are being sold now are foul. Time for new seeds. The things that we find ourselves involved with.
Track number 2, This Great Land Devours.
I'm just a twig off a limb of a big Hebrew family tree, stronger than oak, the deepest, darker than mahogany. The seeds of Abraham moistened in the soil. When I'll be here to stay, that's when temperatures boil. Yeah, I beg your pardon. In the garden, quite contrary, cause you can't bury me now. A little too often, some pow pow. I got 45 reasons for all 4 different seasons.
He's only got 45 reasons.
He
Not
does.
99 problems.
No,
Ice-T had that back in 93.
he did.
And then Sophie co-opted it. Track number 3, Southern Comfort. Not what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Jack Daniels.
No.
But
Who was making all that fuss? Who was making all that fuss? Who was making all that fuss?
In my opinion, a Zionist Jew is pure evil.
I'm the worst of the top on the scale when it comes to race. The shade of my eye, the complexion of my face. I get straight lip when I interject to get my mic is like a glass. I take a sip. Swing on a swing from my neck.
I'm getting vibes of somebody else from that.
I get a few different people coming through on this album.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out who that one was. That one kind of figured... God, it almost... Dare I say a little Poor Righteous Teachers feel on that one?
I wouldn't argue that.
Maybe. Track number 4, as spoken by Maria in West Side Story, Stick to Your Own Kind.
That was Anita who said that.
It was Anita, yes. As she was yelling at Maria.
Yes, yep.
In fact, that's where that's from.
Excuse me, what is my own kind? Couldn't describe the things running through my mind, but I provide my own hits and skins the roam. As many discovered childhood as I was growing up to a state, thinking as always seeking, picking, the calling, no creek, no shade. There's not such thing as a homo sapien upgrade.
What's
Track-
up, Rob?
Track number 5, that old Dupree shit.
That old Jermaine Dupri shit?
I hope not. Yes, what's up, Robert Jones? Welcome to the show.
We hope you are feeling better.
Absolutely. This has a return of the product feel.
Yeah.
I'm about to tell you what that old Dupree shit's all about. Playing a role you sold your soul to Neiman Marcus, more evil than a demon in the dark shade of
It's and Rob said, leaders of the new school, little Fushnikin feel.
Yep. Yep.
There's some Pak Fu in there.
There's a lot of. It's like a gumbo. There's a lot of seasonings in this.
Yeah, I get a KMD feel to it.
A little bit, yeah.
Yep.
Track number 6. I'm Not the Man.
This is not an Anthrax song.
I know I'm not the man. Everybody hashtag blames Bill.
Yes.
New time. Now is old time. For all time is no newer than the next time. For all time is no newer. For all time is no newer. For all time is no newer. For all time.
Before I make my jelly round, I gotta kiss the ground. I gotta say what up to the dirt. When I think of you, I'm thinking burnt lemonade.
Who's that? Brown. Oh, sorry.
Love the feel of this record, man.
Yes.
Track number 7. Father of Many Nations.
Fuck with me and your time will be now. And new rivers shall flow through the cities created by the blood of...
We're gonna rip shit, yo, split the ass wide open. Call me DIK, cause I'll be playing you like a token, like a wooden nickel. When I pop it in, you beg me don't stop. But I gotta hit the road because I got a new plot, a new method of ruining a nation. The blood of Abraham is always scheming, cause we're always up to no goddamn good. Burning down the neighborhood with words, with just a little speech.
I'm sure Professor Griff would not like this group.
No, probably not. Track number 8. Devils Get No Dap.
Rafiki Kai, just sparking some rays of light for the third eye. You know, we sling the word devil around a lot, and usually it's to escape someone that we dislike or that's different than ourselves. When was the last time you heard someone have the heart to say, I'm a devil, I'm a devil, I'm a devil? Being a devil is not on the physical, it's on the level of action, what you do or don't do. Think about it. Nearly every form of evil that we
think about it.
Track number 9. 3, 2, 1, Contact.
That was on right after Electric Company.
It was.
Oh, yeah. Roll Abraham about to swing that swanky stuff. So, check it out. 3, 2, 1. Cause I got the gift of gab. See what I have to say. Your feet are in the spokes and the blood's gonna spray. So lay down your worrying head. I came in contact with your gal, and this is what you said. Boom, boom, daddy, daddy. I know you wanna have me, but man ain't living slicky when he do the hanky.
The voice sound on that, now not with the echo or anything, had a real Greg Nice feel to it.
Because of the sound of his voice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounded a lot like Greg Nice on there. The only thing that was missing was that echo on every Greg Nice sound. You know? Track number 10, Stabbed by the Steeple.
You give them the recognition they're looking for, they win. Ignore them, you win.
Now when you say ignore them, you get goosebumps. I get a shiver. Just a minute. Just a minute.
Stabbed by the steeple, scalpel by the chapel. The choir's got my tongue and the preacher's got my Adam's apple. All choked out against the confession.
Dude, I am not hating this record at all.
No, and this, I will tell you, this is a record that I had not heard before about 3 weeks ago.
How'd you get turned on to it? Just going down the rabbit hole for 93 stuff?
I did, yeah. Yeah, I was looking for stuff that came out in 93 that they always give you the stuff you know.
Yeah.
Or the stuff that we know. So I was Googling like obscure hip hop albums or independent hip hop albums from 1993 to try to find something that I was unfamiliar with. Like completely. It's easy to find an album I didn't know, but it would be by a band that I had heard of or members of another group that got together. I was like, oh, that's where they went.
This one.
Yeah, this is two Jewish guys working with Eazy-E.
Yeah, Benyad and Mazik. So
Glad you knew that. I didn't know the names. I just knew that two Jewish guys.
I just looked it up.
Okay,
man.
good.
But it's a great record. I'm really feeling this record.
Yeah.
Track number 11, Another Nail in the Coffin.
Another nail in the coffin, often is when I'm kicking him in the grill, talking about I'm gonna make him pay the bills while the host squeals like a guinea pig, getting dissected, elected the president, self-evident. Truth, yo, respect, yo, and all that good stuff. And once you got the schoolyard, I know I'm gonna call you bluff. But calling bluffs is just what I was getting good at. Where's my hoodie, where's my hootie, where's my honey at? No matter what I do, I can never seem to find the right one. Sticking to my own kind, I was able to find the right one.
You know, these guys only put out 2 records.
I do know that.
And the second one was 7 years after the first one.
Which is why they're on the one and done list for us.
Yeah.
I think, didn't the second album have Cool Keith on it?
Yes, on one track. Yeah. Idolatry, it was the name of it. Track number 12, Life. You're going to have a track named after a cereal, you might as well make it a good one.
We talked about Cool Keith at Crunch last week.
We did?
Like a riot, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet is the color of the sun. I gotta run, Las Vegas bound $100 for a gun. I gotta get one, gotta get two, I gotta get a whole slew. Why'd you get so many yards? Yo, you know I got a big crew and they got a stage stepped in the battle. I'm getting
Track number...
Yeah, tiptoe around this one.
13, Nickelbacks and Jews.
With a Z.
With a Z. Some say those things you fly in windy weather.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. I'm not going to use the Jewish
slur?
insult.
No.
Yes, no. But it's the one that sounds like what Ben Franklin discovered electricity with.
Yes.
Harry, for Pete's sake, not bad again. It's miles to the next town. It'll be night before we get there.
I don't care. I'm not bedding down with a bunch of kites.
Oh, for crying out loud, Dad.
Hey, you shut up, huh? I'm paying for this vacation. When you pay, you can go to Israel for all I care.
Well, it comes a neighborhood fuck up, get indolent, easy still became a nigga, cause all niggas ain't shit. Once a nigga, always a nigga still a nigga, that's a real nigga, bitch ass nigga, I ain't that okie dokie trick ass nigga, that motherfucker.
Easy E hitting you the way only Easy E can.
Whole lot of Nickelbacks in there, yes.
Yes, I like, Rob mentions Justin Warfield. Justin Warfield had one hip-hop album.
Yep. That's a great pickup by him, though.
Yeah. And yes, I do get a third base feel from it,
yeah.
too.
Oh, well, that's what I said. The one track reminded me of Return of the
Return of
Product.
the Product, yeah.
Which is more of a, was a
Search,
Search. Yeah, a Search solo record, but still. Track number 14, last track on the record. Loose Interpretation of the End. Outro. DJ introduction, would you love this?
Damn.
It's a very subtle outro for that record.
It is.
Future Prophets by Blood of Abraham. Your one and done for episode 441, the 1993 Spotlight show. There was one single released off of this. It did not chart.
Is it Nickelbacks and Juicy?
No. Actually,
that one's got 1,447 plays. Nothing else has any.
Stabbed by the Steeple was the single released off of this.
Nice.
I'll tell you what, though, I would play this record. I'm gonna put it in my my library because that was a damn good record.
It was.
So, Future Prophets by Blood of Abraham.
30 seconds worth of each track. You should check out the whole album.
And 30 seconds of each track was enough for me to say,
to get the feel.
I want that record.
Yeah.
So, good record. Let's see what we have for our record of the week. And our record of the week was mentioned in that top 40 list.
Was it?
It was indeed.
That helps me because I'm still looking to see what the hell it was that I picked. I'm trying to scroll through the records. of the week.
And I think you did this on purpose because the release date was my birthday.
Oh,
August,
yes, August 10th, yes.
August 10th, 1993, running 51 minutes and 28 seconds on Wild Pitch Records.
Which is a
produced
great
by,
album, a great record label that doesn't get mentioned so much anymore. I mean, for all the stuff that was on there, Gangstar was on there.
Godfather Don and the artists themselves were the producers on this record. This
Which
is
I'm
the
still trying to
third,
get to.
the third studio record by Ultramagnetic MCs. The Four Horsemen. I have 14 tracks again on this record.
As do I. Because I figured we didn't have any Woo News. We're going to have to make up some time. So I picked a couple of longer ones.
Track number 1. We Are the Horsemen.
The Mighty, Mighty Horsemen. No.
Search for black people and white people, seeking the world on the four horses racing. John, Penny, the robot, Dr. Smith.
I'm already waiting for With a Key, Sissy.
Me too.
Ready to go. Out west, should be ready for football. Every single.
I pro for evidence, moving, positive beams, incite the first gadget, my atom explode, distant the fifth planet, the X reload, take a brother on a fight for the alpha, omega, I kick lyrics on earth, you think I'm positive.
See, Keith was still a little strange, but he wasn't completely out there yet.
Yeah. Track number 2, Checkin' My Style. Back then he was cool, Keith. He wasn't Dr. Octagon.
Yeah, he hadn't become anyone else yet. Black Elvis.
This ain't no Flintstone and no bedrock type stuff. Check it out.
Preach.
Checking my style, return to zero. Checking my style, return to zero. Checking my style, return to zero.
All right. Rob said Cool Keith was ahead of his time. You ain't joking. Cool Keith is still ahead of his time. We have not caught up to where Cool Keith started.
And that is because Cool Keith makes his own time.
Man, that dude is a musical genius.
Cool Keith cannot be measured in time. Cool Keith is just this ethereal existence that defies time and space and logic, really.
Yes. Lost
So,
in time, lost in space. And meaning. Yes.
Track number 3, Two Brothers with Checks, San Francisco Harvey.
Pretty white Cadillacs, and it was fly from the south. Let's check it out.
My wiki dollars unbearable for this world and a planet boy. I swing at the store, buy a lunch, play lacrosse. Super cat chasing rats with chemicals at the bottom. I give and go with enzymes. Connections, I got them. One thing, two things, like Baba Blow Casey.
Track number 4. And before we get to it, I got to ask you, do you watch Jeopardy?
I haven't watched Jeopardy in like 37 years.
So there was a clue on Jeopardy the other night. The category was Chuck D times 3.
Okay.
In the 1980s, Chuck D began... They had no idea who Chuck D was.
Yeah, because Chuck D's not in the books that they're studying for Jeopardy questions.
4 of the questions were either about Charles Darwin or Charles Dickens, but one clue centered around Chuck D. And it said in the 1990s, Chuck D began fighting the power in this hip-hop group with Flavor Flav, a man who always knew what time it was. And the one person who rang in said, "Who are the Funky Bunch?"
I told you the Funky Bunch are trapped in Marky Mark's basement.
But Chuck D was not in the fucking Funky Bunch.
I can see Flav being in it, though.
And I will say that the girl who said that on the show, I had tweeted out after, I've talked to my therapist about it, and I think I'm ready to forever be the person who mixed up Public Enemy and the Funky Bunch.
Hey, get that 15 minutes however you can.
You know, whatever works. She ended up winning the game, by the way, but I just thought that was hysterical. So anyway, back to the countdown.
Yes.
Track number 4, Raise It Up, featuring Godfather Don.
Give me a little bit of that chicken, that smooth chicken.
The chicken chow mein.
Maine.
I want the old hot jazz biscuits. With a little bit of that blues butter. Bring it in snare.
They never understood many people were so slow. My funky type of rhyme and my style is psycho. Complex, fresh, my style go XX. I move around on beat, creating more style. Showing white boys, other kids, my black style.
Track number 5. Saga of Dandy, the Devil, and Day.
It's the top of the ninth. Josh Gissam is at the plate. The bases are loaded. It's a 3-2 count, and here's the pitch. Okay.
Black baseball, it was a known fact, Jack. With the weather so hot, who could play like Danny Day? The greatest and the best, like the Satchel Brother Page. Long time and Little Bomb in the Hall of Fame.
Told you it was a baseball song.
Track number 6, Delta Force 2. It was indeed a baseball song.
Hey, I got a flow that is wicked, so sit back while I kick it. The incredible edible, change my pitch while I rip it. Iggy make it just happen while I keep fingers snapping. Now my style is correct, so I'ma keep it and rapping. Cause I'm back and I'm flowing. I'ma keep people knowing that I'm just like the Energizer.
Still going.
Track number 7, Adventures of Herman's Lust.
Not Herman's
subtitled Mo Love 3.
That's because the DJ gets his cut.
I'm not chilling with the funky woodsman. I'm listening to DJ Mo Love.
Mo
Yo, what's
Love.
up? This is DJ JC. When I'm not scratching, I'm listening to Mo Love on the 1 and 2.
See, this is the great thing. It's 1993, and the DJ still gets a cut
On the record,
the album. Yeah.
That's a great point by you, because that doesn't happen anymore. And
No,
that's a
there's
shame.
no DJs anymore in groups.
No.
Sorry, in
Right.
groups.
No, there's guys who punch keys on a fucking keyboard now.
Yeah.
Track number 8, See the Man on the Street.
I got a white mask, a black cape, 2 pair of silver gloves, and nobody know who I am.
Track number 9, Bring It Down to Earth.
I remember the first time I ever seen Ultramagnetic at Latin Quarter.
Yeah, it's time to come on and give the people something they can understand. Something not too complicated. You know what we gonna do? We gonna bring it down to earth. Mega bomb, ignite, super reflection, power ignites the 4th horseman. Turbo, I kick
Love that. Track number 10, Don't Be Scared.
No matter who you are or what your age may be, if you want to achieve permanent, sustaining success, the motivation that will drive you toward that goal must come from within.
You
Here we go.
Track number 11, 1 2 1 2.
One, two, one, two, one, two. 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 I just step and I rap, move and you clap, dance and wiggle and little feet go tap, over and switch, change my pitch. You can get down, rock on my sound. As I rock, freak around, blow up the town. Season the back, double trouble can learn. As I start to
Track number 12, Time to Catch a Body. I didn't know anybody was throwing one.
Yeah, we get ready to smear peanut butter in the crowd and throw mayonnaise all down your ears. You know what? We got some jams for you, boy. Yo, pour the milk down on it. Check it out. A lot of rappers think they can rap and then do that. Jumping on my testicles, my black scrotum. Show them that they style is cold cut. Doo-doo.
But
That is a cool Keith. That is a cool Keith lyric.
You are seeing the evolution of Cool Keith.
Yes. Track number 13, Yo Black.
I gotta say one thing, y'all been great playing the real shit. You know, all this radio shit, this flower shit you be hearing, all this la 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 and this TLC condoms on your eyes and all that shit. I'm not with that.
Yeah, you listen to the sounds of the one Rhythm X. The man, I'm gonna show you how to get wrecked the right way, not the wrong way. Watch me when I do this. Pay attention. Shut up, step back, that picky, packy, wacky rap. Your old flow is over and your rhyme style is over with. In fact, big head, you'll take it as a bigger diss. I'm going walking your show like
Walking your show like David Berkowitz.
Last track on the record, Big Booty.
Not whose booty?
No.
Yeah, come on. Oh, I like that. Come on, don't stop. Oh, yeah.
That's all you get. I think Said G actually starts that one.
It's not like she got a big booty, so I call her Big Booty. That's a real lyric, by the way.
I'm sure it is. No, I know that one starts off, I get naked and wicked when I stroke it and stick it.
The Four Horsemen, Ultramagnetic MCs, your record of the week for episode 441. There were no singles released off of this as far as I can see.
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of singles coming out of Ultramagnetics. I mean, Critical Beatdown had some, but you know, in general, they were not a
They're not a
radio
singles group,
play
no.
single group now.
Record did post on 2 album charts, though.
Oh?
Number 55 in the top R&B hip-hop albums and number 15 on the Heat Seekers. So
nice.
Those who know the Ultramagnetic MCs love the Ultramagnetic MCs.
Hell
And mostly
yeah.
Cool Keith and Said G to a lesser extent. But, yeah.
Keith.
Another great record for our record of the week, 441 episode, the 1993 Spotlight edition. And couldn't have picked, you know, a good record that didn't get the mainstream play of some of the great records of that
Right.
year.
Yep.
But a great choice for the record of the week.
Yeah, that's one of those, you had to know who the Ultramagnetics were in order to go out and pick that album up. You weren't just
Right.
going to randomly go pick that up and go, ooh, let me check these guys out.
Although we did that.
Well, that was back with the Critical Beatdown, though.
Yes. So, that is your record of the week, the Four Horsemen Ultramagnetic MCs. The one and done Blood of Abraham. Future Prophets is the name of the record. We'll remind you that the artist of the month for July of 2021 is Craig G. So make sure you continue to go out and check out the rather impressive catalog of Craig G that we were not aware of when we picked this originally.
Yeah, and shout out to Plumbus.
Absolutely. So we are going to take our final break, and then we are going to read some 1993 lyrics, I suppose.
We are.
On Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 441, the 1993 Spotlight Edition. Coming right back.
Yeah, he's got like 7 albums. I think I saw 8 EPs. I mean, singles for days. I was like, holy shit. All right. Gail is prepared for lyrics, or so she says. That means I need to pull up lyrics. I need to copy lyrics. I need to find a drop.
For lyrics.
And then quick flip and get the motherfucking piano. How about we do... We can do that one because we talked about that. Although I was going to do, hey.
This is me, Shelley. Did that record come out in 93?
It did not. Do, 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 do. Let's see. Do, 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 do. I want to say that came out in like 87. Let's see.
Hey.
89.
All you have to do is just go, hey. And I know exactly.
I know. Let's see. I'm getting a message from my wife. Not that anybody cares. We got, hey, Gail's Wi-Fi's up and running.
Yay.
Rob says time for you to refill. We got these.
I'll do that after we're done.
These solar lights for her butterfly garden.
Mm-hmm.
And they're bees. And they're all like a string of bees that are probably, I don't know, 4 inches high. The first night she put them out there, the squirrels came, grabbed the little wires, ripped them in half, and tried to take off with them.
Oof.
So then we only had like 3 bees that were working because the wires were disconnected. These wires are so thin, like itty bitty.
Yeah.
So I went out today and I stripped the wires and I connected them back with wire nuts. And I said, hopefully I got them in the right way because, you know, they're all green coated in copper. It's not like there's a color difference. So I told her, I said, let me know if they actually light up or if I have to switch the wires. And they are working. He does. Hey. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit a drop. And then we're going to hope the Bill Reed's lyrics video works this week.
Yeah.
Which it should,
everything
because
else,
the other ones.
yeah, everything else has, so.
And then I'll try to find the motherfucking piano in time. And we'll do that.
All right.
And remind everyone who hasn't paid for fake football that they need to pay.
Yes.
Because if I don't get 30 days from now, I have to have the league paid up or we have to kick people out.
Yep.
All right. So let's do this with a Shree.
Tree.
Who's your mama?
Woo.
And now, directly from the planet of Brooklyn, MC Light as a rock.
1 2 1 2, mic check. Check it out. This is MC Light, and you're listening to my boys Jamie and Bill on Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Guys watch, even some of the girls cry. Step back, it ain't that type of party. No reply if you ain't somebody. Get out my face, don't want to hear no more. If you hate rejection.
But it starts with Preston.
It's called reading. Top to bottom, left to right. Put words together as a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headache. Might offer any cramps.
Most people probably don't listen to the lyrics, but they should.
Welcome to Bill Reed's Lyrics.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 441. Hey, before we hit BRL here, late breaking news.
What do you got?
August 17th, Duchess Stadium. It's a Wednesday night. I'm going to have to go.
I need more.
The I Love the 90s tour is coming to Duchess Stadium in Fishkill.
Yes, you will have to go.
Vanilla Ice, Coolio, Young MC, Tone Loc, Rob Bass. I got to find a way to get interviews with these guys.
Get a hold of Duchess and say, hey, this is who I am. This is what I do.
I'll call Ricky Zolzer.
Rick Zolzer?
Yeah, because I'm doing the anthem for him. I'm like, Ricky, I need backstage to cover this for my podcast.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Talk to people, record shit, ask good questions, get drops.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can send you the recorder if you need it. If not, do it on your phone.
Well, it gives me plenty of time. It's August 17th, so I'm going to start working on that tomorrow. So, yeah, it's a Wednesday night. I got nothing to do on Wednesday nights.
On Woo Wednesday, yeah.
On Woo Wednesday? Well, Woo's not going to be there, but I will go and starring
17th.
Vanilla Ice and Coolio and Young MC and Tone Loc and Rob Bass. So, that's a good lineup.
It is. The
So,
17th.
It's a Wednesday. I know that because my birthday's the 10th.
Is it?
Yes. And I know my birthday's on a Wednesday this year. So,
Gail sees Tom. I don't see Tom.
Welcome back. I don't see Tom either. Welcome back to Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 441. Bill Reed's Lyrics time.
Yes, tell people how Bill Reed's Lyrics works for someone who may be finding us for the first time.
Bill Reed's Lyrics is a segment in which we kind of take the thought process of a Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy and we turn it on its ass.
Yes, a little susical.
Jamie finds hip-hop lyrics that he thinks would sound funny when read in a normal librarian, dare I say, Muzak-sounding voice.
Yes.
Almost nursery rhymish. Dr. Seussian, if you will.
Yes. I don't have it in me this week to break them, Gail. I went year specific, so.
We play a nice little piano background, so that
or a
there's
mariachi
nice music
band
in the background, or a mariachi band, depending on if it's a Latino artist or not.
Yes.
And then I read the lyrics, and people are like, "I can't believe he's reading this." So
yes,
that's kind of what.
And the
we
important
do.
part, you don't know.
Never
what the
know
lyrics
them.
are.
I never know what the lyrics are going to be until right before he sends them to me. I
Yes.
still have no idea what they're going to be. He is about to send them to me.
I am. I'm going over to the private Shizat.
I never go to the private chat until he sends it.
And I go, blow. Unless he gets a light up that says, hey, I got something important to tell you that I don't want to tell everybody else.
Right. Like, you know, I don't have that. I was just like, hey, I love the 90s coming to Dutch Stadium. So, okay. Am I doing the...
You were doing verse 3.
Oh, okay.
Of
So
3.
let me scroll down.
Yes.
Yeah, this I don't know if it's going to break me, but I know the song, but okay.
That's what I say. You know, when you got to do year specific, it's kind of hard to go, okay, what came out that year that might work? Blah, blah. Okay.
When in doubt, if you
Yes.
can't go Cool Keith, go this.
Right. So with no type of ado.
None.
Sesame Street Grover styley, whether nearer or further, we will cue the motherfucking piano.
I need a bitch so I can get me some. She'll lick on these nuts and then make me come, get real freaky. Had her pussy wet. Ease on in like an Oakland vet. Lay your ass down by the fireplace. Stick my dick in your mouth. Let you have a taste of this skinny motherfucker with a big old dick. I'll let you ride it right after you lick it. See, I come from the city of dope. From the mouth to the pussy and back down your throat. I gotta get some. I keep thinking of sex. I wonder who'll call my beeper next. I keep calling hoes. Ain't no one home. And like a punk motherfucker, I'm all alone, so I told myself I'm not gonna bitch. I gotta get some pussy, man. Fuck this shit.
When you go short dog, you're getting short dog.
Absolutely.
So remind everyone
Mm-hmm.
that we have a fantasy football. We have a fake football league. It's not a
We do
fantasy.
have a fake.
It's
we do
real.
We
but
have a
it's-
fake football league. Yes, but before we get to that, we have a hit us up.
Oh, we do.
We do.
Okay, explain. We hit us up while I pull it up.
Hit Us Up is a feature on the Mr. Throwback Thursday website at mrthrowbackthursday.com. There's a little microphone that follows you all over the site. You click on that little microphone and it gives you up to a minute and a half to just say whatever it is you'd like to say to us.
Yeah.
You can tell us we're good. You can tell us we're bad. You can tell us you suck, jackass.
Jackass.
Your input helps our output. We have said that since episode 1. And this week we got a Hit Us Up.
We have not had one
We never
in 6
listened,
months.
and we never listen to Hit Us Ups until
No.
we're on recording the show. We want to be as surprised as everybody else.
Yep.
We got to hit us up earlier today. So, would you be so kind to hit us up?
Yay.
What up, what up, what up? Rob here. Hope to see you guys tonight on the live broadcast. Peace out. Nothing really to say, just trying to recover. I want to give a shout out to everybody, especially to Queen Gail. Talk to you guys later.
Thank you, Rob Jeffroy.
Thank you, Rob. We are so glad Rob joined us tonight, too, by the way.
Yes. And again, we wish him a speedy recovery.
Yes.
We love when people hit us up. You know, it can be just like that. Hey, I don't really have anything to say. Just want to say what's up. We
That
appreciate
means the
everyone
world
does.
to us.
Yeah.
You have no idea how that means the world to us.
Yeah.
So-
So we put all kinds of stuff out. Very rarely do we get stuff back.
Right. We throw a lot of shit against the wall just
we
to
do.
see what sticks. So, and yes, a nice little shout out to Gail from Rob.
Yeah.
Well deserved, by the way. So that is Hit Us Up. Now, fake football.
Yes. And damn it, just because we said it, I'm playing it.
Foosball, bunch of overall man.
Hello. You play to win the game.
Playoffs. I'm talking about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs. I just hope we can win a game.
So now that we've gotten that out of the way.
Yes. No, I had to play. You said foosball. Yeah, so we got a fake foosball league, and half of the league is paid already. So that is a bonus. 6 of our 12 members are paid up, which means 4 of our 12 members, because Bill and I are the other 2, and we shouldn't really count, but we do pay. So
We do, because our money's as good as everybody else.
yeah. So if you are on that list and you know who you are, you need to pay up within the next 30 days, or our league cannot play, is what Yahoo is telling me. But we've got some good names coming in so far. I mean, like strong names this year. The people who have changed their name are in this game to win it because they're coming strong.
I'm not so sure I came with the best name compared to some other. I like the name I chose.
Yes.
But there are some good ones. There's some really good ones.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, but Manny's got a Czarface reference.
Can't beat that.
No. Ian's coming with a Jets and Beastie Boys reference. Ahmad Sauce Committee Part 2. Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. Greg's changed his Leaders of the New School. Then yours is a great entertainer. and mine's kind of blasé.
It is kind of blasé. But that's good. There's reasons for that.
There are reasons. But yeah, for those of you who don't follow along with our fake football, you will, because you won't have a choice. All of our teams are required to be hip hop and football related. So hopefully Felicia is listening, because she just doesn't understand.
No, she doesn't.
But
I just sent my request to Rick Zolzer for the information on how to get a press pass for the I Love the 90s show at the Duchess Stadium. So there you go.
I mean, you have personal connection, but if for some stupid reason he needs something from me, you know where to find me. Credentials.
Credentials. So we're up to date. Bill Reed's lyrics is done.
Yes.
The fake foosball is talked about. Our Hit Us Up was played. We're still trying to determine what we're going to do for Fresh Flicks for July. Pretty sure it's going to be the last Thursday of the month, but we have to confirm it.
We think.
I think so. We'll confirm that, and we'll let all the patrons know. But in the meantime, and in between time, I believe it is time to put a bow on this very special episode 441, the 1993
Not the Horton's Bike Shop one.
No. We got in a lot of trouble for that. 1993 Spotlight Edition. So
yes. I'm so excited episode.
I don't even have to change from Bill to Phil, because it is a Spotlight Edition. So I'm just going to stay me.
You can just go from 93 to infinity and.
Very nice. So from 93 to infinity, this show, as always, brought to you by the world's strongest coffee, Death Wish Coffee, of which the Mr. Throwback Thursday show is an official affiliate of. Go to deathwishcoffee.com or see them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you go to deathwishcoffee.com and place your order, including the new espresso roast.
Yes, which I ordered today.
You can use the promo code of TBT and save 12% off of your order.
Yes,
Most
I talked to
codes
the
give you
Incredible
10.
Jeff, because our code was bouncing back. It wasn't working. But I talked to the Incredible Jeff yesterday, and he said we are up and running, so everything should be good.
Very cool. So TBT saves you 12% off your order at deathwishcoffee.com. Go check that out. Also, friends of the show, Def Rugs, defrugs.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Def Rugs. Handmade, high-quality, hip-hop themed rugs brought to you by the original Rug E Fresh, Marshall Fox, and his business partner, the green-eyed bandit, Eric Sermon. Go check out Def Rugs and see what Def Rugs is all about. Our good friend Heather Lent up in Schenectady, New York. She is the proprietor of the Bittersweet Candy Company. She makes candy and chocolate that is handmade, small batch, different, and
delicious.
Thank you very much. 2 T's, 2 U's, 1 Ola. Check them out on Facebook. Order at bittersweetcandy.com. Use our code THROWBACK and save 10% off your order at bittersweetcandy.com. Melted Mikes. We mentioned Plumbus or Pumice T. Mendola,
Yes,
we call him. Well, Plumbus was given to him by I believe the Artist of the Month,
Yes.
Craig G. So Pumice has Melted Mikes. It's MLTD, You can go check out the hip-hop themed t-shirts that he has for sale there. And you can use our code MR Throwback Thursday and save 10% off of any order that you place there for Melted Mike's t-shirts. They are really, really cool t-shirts. Check them out. Etsy.com/shop/geek like you, where the geek shall inherit the earth. Sick, twisted mind of Mr. Throwback Thursday and his sick, twisted wife, Mrs. Throwback Thursday, to bring you all the hip-hop and pop culture themed items that you could possibly want. Pretty soon, you'll be able to order Christmas ornaments again, because I cannot believe we are more than halfway through this year.
We are.
So go check out Geek Like You on Etsy.com. And social media network for the show. Don't forget to visit us. Mentioned MrThrowbackThursday.com before. That is the home base for everything. Hit that microphone. Hit us up, just like Rob did this week. And we very much appreciate that. You can check out the Friends of the Show page. You can check out the Wall of Fame, the Posse Wall of Fame.
Yes.
Go check all of that
you
stuff
can
out.
be on the Posse Wall of Fame if you take a picture with any of our mugs or our gear or anything that says Mr. Throwback Thursday on it.
And we will
send it to
love
us.
to put you on there. Follow us on our social medias, our Twitters. Jamie at @the_MR_TBT. I am Bill_MR_TBT, which is also my Instagram handle for the show. Jamie's Instagram at Mr. Throwback Thursday. So go check that out. Leave us comments there. Interact with us there. You can also interact on the Facebook page, Mr. Throwback Thursday, the one that started it all, as well as Home of the TBT Posse. Go check that out. And you can all get together and pick on me because it is always #BlameBill on the Home of the TBT Posse page. We mentioned before, friends of the show, we did forget to mention the hardest working and greatest working DJ in the world right now, in our opinion, and he is the proprietor of Fresh Radio and Freshtopia. He is DJ B.
He is.
And he is nice enough to play the Mr. Throwback Thursday show on his internet station, Fresh Radio, at itsfreshradio.com, every Thursday from 6 to 8 a.m. Eastern. And then after 8 a.m. Eastern, he plays the All Request Show. And if you want to get your request played by DJ B, go and tweet him at Real Fresh Radio.
I got some Jurassic 5 played last week.
If he has a theme going, you have to stay with the theme.
And if you go to Twitter to put in your request, just view a little bit of what's going on Real Fresh Radio, and you'll see if there is one.
Look for Jamie's request. He requests something every week.
Every week.
So that's itsfreshradio.com. Also, the Fresh Radio app for all mobile devices. So go check that out. If you want to send us email, by the way, Mr. Throwback Thursday @gmail.com. Shout-outs time.
Ooh.
We have shout-outs going out to Gail Dunmeyer, Manny Baez, Sarah Henderson, John Henderson, Hugo Gonzalez, Sanket Patel, Teresa Lynn, Simple Luxuries at teresalins.com, Clay Arsenault, Jason Eckert, the Shrieking Warrior Jennifer Buchanan, Jacob O'Neill, Jason Heath, Paulie Tibbert, Chris Kinsley, Jessica Walker, Deshauna Townley, Shane Hatley, Ricky Schnarr, Kenneth Elsfelder, Brian Hollenbeck, Robert Jeffroy, and Kate Harvey. They get mentioned every week for one reason and one reason only, and that's because
I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it.
That was for the or more.
Very good. 5 on it or more. Go to patreon.com/MRTBT or go to MrThrowbackThursday.com and click that little link that says become a patron. You join up at the Loonies level, which is 5 on it.
It is.
Or more. Or more. And you get your name mentioned every week. The higher the level, the more perks you get. So go check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/MRTBT. Plus, the patrons get exclusive things when we have mugs and stuff.
Yep, they have early access to everything. They get all the decisions that Bill and I can't make on our own. We throw to the patrons and go, help us decide this.
And they are invited to join us for Fresh Flicks.
They are.
So become a patron. It's worth your while. Don't forget our friends in the industry. Check out Anthony Imran and Rug Boy over at the Jock and Nerd podcast. Our friend Talking Ty on her webpage, BrooklynTyNYC.com. And the What's the Word podcast, also with Brooklyn Ty. Mentioned DJ B, the hardest working turntablist in the world. We have not mentioned yet Wild One Radio. Wild One Radio is an internet radio site where all around the world you can listen to the Mr. Throwback Thursday show. They will let you know when we're playing, depending on where you are in the world, at wildonerradio.com. Check that out. Don't forget to subscribe.
Check out Mike and Chad over at the Sequilibrium podcast, too.
Okay,
I keep forgetting to write them in.
Sequilibrium, up and running. Cool stuff. If you liked Grease, but really want to talk about Grease 2, that's your Sequilibrium
or
podcast
Grease
in a
2,
nutshell.
and you want to hear somebody else tell you how awful it is and agree with you.
If you want to talk about Grease 2, no matter what your opinion is, or any of the other sequels that have been made, go check out
get him to do
Sequilibrium.
shock treatment.
Yeah, I don't think he's seen it yet. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, all of that good stuff. Go find us on every podcast platform that you can find. Leave reviews if you can. Your input helps our output. We really appreciate everything we hear.
And don't forget to go to podcastawards.com and vote for us in the People's Choice and news and politics category.
Absolutely. So until next week for episode 442, I want to say thank you very much for joining us for the very special 1993 Spotlight edition. We'll probably do another year Spotlight in about 6 months. We'll decide what year it is at that point. But in the meantime and in between time, take care of yourselves. Wash your hands.
Wash your butt.
Until next time, keep it classic.
And like Cool Keith says, girls with FedEx sending all thongs to me in all flavors.
And always remember,
new school stale, old school fresh.